Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this side away. Our bodies move to the groove and the light that flickers. We get lost in the crowd, it's getting thicker. We get away from the drinks and chatter. Haven't said a word, but it doesn't matter. Feel the air get thinner. Standing in a blurry dream. No one else can see us. Live your life within the moment. And don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.
The Road 500.
Now my wheels in motion and my windows open with the wind blowing in my hair. I'm driving down the highway, gonna do this my way. I can feel it in the air. Here I go.
Live from the Volvo 780 Studios. USA. This is JJDrones Live. And now, here's JJDrones.
And it's JJDrones Live, coming to you from the Quinnipiac, Michigan studios. Thank you all for coming in. I really do appreciate it. We have some people in the chat already. We've got droning veteran Stormy Sky Row Productions. They have a premiere right now. If you'd like to go check that out and come on over back here, you can go over there, say hi, and let them know that I sent you over. And let's see here. Droning veteran Dan is in the house. Thank you so much for coming in. Appreciate you being here. If you would like to have your video featured, all you have to do is go to Jason at JJDrones360.com, send me an email, and I will put that video on my featured video part of my website. And then you can also, while you're there, you can go to JJDrones360.com and see everything JJ Drones related. And you can also visit JJDrones360.com/Amazon One, where you can help support this program by going to my Amazon links. And if you'd like to financially support the program, you may go to paypal.me/JJDrones. We're going to let this play out a little bit, just because I like the song. And as I learned with driving with Ryan, music is life. Hey, Simply and Nanette, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you being here. And we're going to have a little bit of fun today. We have Carl coming in. He did get written permission from his wife to join me today. So that was very nice of her. So we appreciate Chrissy for allowing him to come in. Hey, Yads, appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. So now that I've got, okay, now that I have this figured out, we are going to start the show off by getting rid of this banner here. And then I'm going to introduce again the one and only, the god of trucking, as he likes to be called, the Great One, Mr. Karl Marx. Welcome.
How's it going?
Going pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah.
I mean,
a moment, but I always got time for you.
I appreciate that because, you're a busy man, and being, just being the perfect person that you are, I know that you always have time, to let the little people know that you're still around and, watching us.
Right.
And if you're not familiar with Karl, Karl's been on the program several times in the past, and he's a great guy, a wealth of information in the trucking industry. And so it's always fun to have him on the program. And today we're gonna do a little bit of lighthearted stuff, right, Karl?
Yes.
Because everything that we've done so far has been pretty much, well, I mean, I wouldn't say that we were like Debbie Downers, but we kind of were.
The last few, maybe.
So we're going to talk a little bit about some of our favorite spots on the road, some of our favorite hangouts, places to eat, that kind of a thing, and some of our favorite movies. And Karl is really good with movie trivia because he'll test me, and sometimes I think he tests me just so he can go find the movie and go watch it. Yes, hit the like button. It really helps the channel out. Thank you, Deer Corner, for coming in, and thank you for reminding people. I really do appreciate that. But before we get into the fun stuff, excuse me. Before we get into the fun stuff, Karl, I don't know if you're even aware of this, but I'm going to share this screen here. One of the things that I'm going to be involved in this year, and this has kind of been a secret, and then my boss ended up coming on to my live question and answer segment with Ryan the other day. Wreath Across America is a great organization, not sponsoring this program, so, they wouldn't want to sponsor this program. But they're a great organization. They go out and they make wreaths for fallen veterans all around the world right now. They do all 50 states and the territories, and let's see, I think they said at sea and abroad. So they're located up in Maine, and they have trucking companies come up, pick up the wreaths, and then deliver it. And this year, Breakbush is going to be one of the carriers that is going to be involved with hauling the wreaths. And I'm going to be there basically along for the ride. Ryan's going to be driving, and I'm going to be filming. I'm going to do as much filming as I possibly can. I'm hoping to get a lot of drone shots, definitely a lot of driving shots. And we're supposed to be getting a tour of the facility and how everything works up there. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to do a video with somebody while they're giving us a tour. But I'm definitely going to be doing videos of the drive. This is an organization that I've wanted to work with for years when I first heard about this organization. And you can actually go onto their website and sponsor a wreath. Not expensive. And I know that I've already asked everybody for money in the past, and I really can't ask people to spend money because I don't have the power to do that. I'm a small channel. But if you guys wouldn't mind, if you have the money and you can afford it, go onto their website and sponsor a wreath. It's $15 for a wreath. It's $10 for, it's $150 for 10 wreaths. So there's not really a discount. But you can go on there. You can even do a custom number of wreaths. So if you're able to do that, this is a great organization. They're really doing great work out there, especially for our fallen soldiers who have given their lives. So I ask you to check them out at least, and even if you don't donate, go ahead and send them an email or go to their Facebook page and send them a message and say, you know what, you guys are doing a great job, and that you appreciate them. So I just wanted to go ahead and give them a little bit of a plug because just a great organization out there. And I'm very much looking forward to doing the videos with Ryan going out and picking up those wreaths and putting that all together for a package for Breakbush Transportation and for the YouTube channel. So I appreciate your indulgence with that, Carl, because that's it's a little something special,
Yes, of course.
So let's start off with like our top 10 spots to stop. I don't even know if we could do like restaurants or something. I mean, we can do restaurants, we can do truck stops, we can do a whole host of things as long as it's some place that you've been to that, and if it's no longer open or if it's been transferred over to some sort of corporate truck stop, you can still mention it, and we'll mention why it's changed.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, you get out more of the country than I do, but in Wisconsin, there's it's a place. It's a Mexican place. It's called Tacos El Norte, and I mean, it's pretty authentic. It's pretty good. I highly recommend it. I think I think there's one in Illinois now too.
Okay.
And yes, I've been going there for years. It's pretty good.
El Norte.
Yes.
And where in Wisconsin is that?
Kenosha.
Oh, that's in Kenosha.
Mhm.
Okay. And they have truck parking there?
Yeah, it's in it's in a big parking lot.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there's truck parking available.
Awesome. So this place that I will say is one of my favorite restaurants that I used to stop at. And Flying J Truck Stops, back before they got bought out by Pilot, used to have their signature, I don't even remember what it was called. It's been so long. But they used to have their own restaurants. And I would stop with a buddy of mine. In fact, it was Jeff's dad. And every time that we got together, we would go to a Flying J. It didn't matter where it was. And we only did it because they had a Yankee pot roast sandwich. And I am telling you what, you would think that, a truck stop, like a chain truck stop, wouldn't have a good sandwich like that. I mean, if that was frozen and microwaved, I don't want to know, because it tasted like it was cooked for a week. And, it just had the right tenderness, and the seasoning was always perfect on it. And they threw on a slice of American cheese on top of it, and they toasted the bread, and it was just amazing. It was just absolutely amazing, I had to test that out.
Yep.
So that was my favorite hangout spot, really, if I was going to choose one.
Yeah. Another place. I've always been a Texas Roadhouse fan. I know that's a pretty big chain. I'm not sure in every state, but I've never come across a bad one.
No. Texas Roadhouse is pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been in Outback Steakhouse that absolutely made me not want to eat at Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah. I got a list of restaurants to avoid also on my piece of paper here too.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
You
I,
came prepared today.
I always, man, always.
You're never winging it. Never. I mean, this man comes prepared for, getting up in the morning.
um, there's another new place. Um, if people are a barbecue fan, so the first time I had this, the place is called Mission Barbecue,
Okay.
and they just built one in Kenosha again. I obviously go there a lot. Um, the first time we had that, we took a road trip. I want to say it was out to Philly, and the restaurant was over there. It was either there or St. Louis, and it was great. And then lo and behold, it came to Wisconsin, and now there's one in Illinois, and I highly recommend that also too.
Okay, so we got Dan chiming in with Whataburger, and you did spell that right, Dan. So congratulations on that. Yes, Whataburger down in Texas, and pretty much the west or the south. Well, it's not really southwestern. It's kind of the mid south, because it does stretch over towards Louisiana and Alabama and stuff like that. But yeah, Whataburger has got fantastic burgers. And if I didn't just get done eating pizza, I'd be telling Haley she needs to go and fire up the oven, because
Yeah.
even though I'm full, that still makes my mouth water.
Right. I was in San Antonio, and they had that. What was it, maybe a month ago, and we went to Whataburger, and actually, my parents, that's where they met. They were both
Really?
working there in Bronzeville, Texas.
Okay.
And so, yeah, they were at Whataburger there.
So Whataburger not only is wonderful for their food, but they bring together couples.
Right, exactly.
I mean, without Whataburger, we wouldn't have Carl. So, so thank you, Whataburger. I appreciate that. Robert Mack in Asia, I appreciate you being here. I think you're Robert Mack in Missouri, if I'm not mistaken. So Whataburger is a great spot, especially if you can find one with truck parking, because I do know that there is truck parking at one in Louisiana. And my dad is chiming in with Mission. Oh, my dad is agreeing that Mission Barbecue in Green Bay is great.
Okay.
And then he can't find me on YouTube, so I will send him the link while you tell us another recommendation.
If they're still around, I was always a big Old Country Buffet person. In where the area I live, they don't have any anymore. So, but I thought northern Wisconsin did somewhere, maybe up in was it Wisconsin Dells or Sheboygan? I can't remember, but
Yeah.
that was always a good place for a buffet.
I think that is still around, but I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure that it probably is.
Yeah, the last one I saw was up in Eau Claire. Actually, one of the last times I competed up there in the truck driving competition, I went there before and ate, and the day before, and but I don't know if that was still there or not either. Trying to think of another one. You ever hear of a place called Who Hot?
I've heard of it and I've seen them, but I've never been to one. What is a Who Hot?
So they got like the big grill. So
Okay.
you get all your stuff on the plate. It's almost like a buffet thing, and you put everything on the plate. It's cold. And they got all these different like sauces and stuff that you can put on it, and then
Okay.
you cook it all together. Um, and it's pretty quick. Um, so that's always a good place to try.
That does sound really good. And then welcome in, Kevin Fishes. Thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate you joining the show. Yad says maybe that's the place to go for the single ones, and she's referring to Whataburger. And Deer Corner says thanks all good people on this channel, and absolutely, this is just one great community over here on the JJ Drones YouTube channel. And Kevin Fisher says we have Mission Barbecue in Nashville too. Very good. So apparently that Mission Barbecue is a very popular chain out there. So something that I'm definitely going to have to check out.
Right.
One of the places that I also used to travel, or that I used to stop at, just by virtue of the fact that it was convenient, was the Iron Skillet at the Petro truck stops. And back in the day, hey, TJ Giggles and Drones, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Back in the day, the Iron Skillet had like the best buffet.
Mhm.
I mean, the absolute best. Oh yeah, and you could sit there and you could just gorge yourself,
Yep.
and when you left, you were waddling out of the truck stop. You weren't walking out, you were waddling out.
Yeah.
And thank you for dropping links, Dan. I appreciate that. So definitely the Iron Skillet was a good option, but not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
Go to the one in Portage at the 108 all the time.
yeah,
Actually, we used to go there a lot after deer hunting.
okay,
And the last time we went there, yeah, it wasn't that great. And then I haven't been there really since. Well, actually, I take that back because I went to the one there in Racine off of 94 at the Highway 20 exit, the 333.
okay,
And yeah, it was okay. You know.
yeah. It's really really mediocre at best. And the other one that I was really disappointed in, and I don't know if we want to go into the disappointments yet, but I'm gonna bring it up anyway, because it's my show, Carl. That's why. Okay, it's my show.
Okay.
Quit arguing with me. Okay. No, the one that was a disappointment was the restaurant over at the Iowa 80. I mean, yeah, you would think that they would have really good food. In fact, the chef that was from the Iowa 80 truck stop actually went on and competed in the Food Network in that TV show Chopped.
Hmm.
And I think he did fairly well. But the food there, when I ate there, because I've eaten there several times, and each time hoping that it's going to get better, but it never got better.
Uh,
One truck stop though. I hate to interrupt the king, but it just came to my head and I don't want to lose it. Is the Jubit's truck stop up in Portland, Oregon? If you ever get a chance to go there, if you live anywhere near the Portland, Oregon area, go to Jubit's and order their freaking lasagna. Okay, you will not be disappointed because they have some of the best lasagna that you will ever have in your entire life. And their sit-down restaurant, it doesn't look like a typical sit-down restaurant. It actually looks like you're going into a fancy restaurant. And the prices are very, very comparable to some of the other truck stops. So do yourself a favor if you're in the Portland area, again, not sponsored, go to the Jubit's truck stop and try their lasagna. It is to die for.
speaking of lasagna, and I don't remember the exit. It's up in Sheboygan. Do you know any of those Sheboygan exits? Howard something, Howard's Grove, maybe. There was a little mom and pop Italian place right there. And this goes back. Well, I don't know if it's even still there.
I don't think that's still there.
That's too bad because it was really good. They just built or renovated a Holiday Inn over there,
Right.
and that little Italian place is right there. I stayed in Sheboygan. I was working out of Sheboygan for 2 weeks. I went there for literally breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, $1,000 there just eating. I mean,
Right.
it was really good.
Yeah. That's easy to do. I mean, if you find a really good Italian place, you're going to eat there all the time, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's just a given.
Right.
The other thing that we can't fail to mention, again, not a sponsored ad, Quick Trip. And we're not talking about the QT. We're talking about the KT, the Quick Trip or the Quick Start franchise. They have just got so many good options at a reasonable price. And I'm not saying that just because they carry Breakbush chicken, but Quick Trip has got is there anything they don't carry?
I don't think so. I mean, even their coffee is good.
Yes, absolutely. Their coffee is good. They've got stuff that you can take home and microwave, and they've got the hot items that you can buy right off the shelves. Then they've got their roller dogs. Of course, they have to have those, but then they have their bakery.
Yeah.
Absolutely, their bakery. And let's see. Stormy Sky Road Productions says that Steve loves their coffee, and they do have good coffee. And TJ Giggles and Drones says Q-tip. He likes the Wawas, and the Wawas are phenomenal.
What is that? Never heard of that.
Okay, so Wawa's an East Coast chain, and if you ever get east of Ohio, let's say, pretty much there's a Wawa almost on every street corner, and you can go into a Wawa, and inside the store, you can go up to like this computer screen, and you can just type in, it's got all the options that you can have them make for you, and then you just put it into the computer screen there, and then they'll make it for you fresh.
Wow.
And then they will hand it to you, and then you go check out, and just absolutely phenomenal. Yeah, and TJ Giggle and Drones, you're right. That Wawa is a lot like a Quick Trip, but not the Q1, the K1. we have to differentiate because there's two style Quick Trips. Deer Corner says you can tell a good restaurant just by people with boxes left to take home. Yeah, absolutely. If they've got food they're taking home, it's some good food. And TJ says Wawa has good coffee as well. Sheetz is another good one. Just some of these gas stations are really underrated. And if you ever go into one, they're fantastic. One of the other ones that I've thought of was Buc-ee's down in Texas. And if you ever see a Buc-ee's, it will blow your ever-loving mind because they've got to have like 300 gas pumps. I mean, there's the size of this facility is probably about the size of like almost the size of like a football stadium.
Right.
And you can go inside, and they've got beef jerky that you can take samples of. And I mean, I'm surprised you didn't see one when you're down in Texas because they're just almost everywhere down there now.
I've seen them a few times.
Did you?
In
Okay.
Texas. They got really clean bathrooms too.
Oh, do they?
Yes.
That's important.
It is. It is.
It's very important to have clean bathrooms when you're a gas station. Okay, I've got one more comment here. TJ says I had a breakfast burrito there this morning and it was delicious. So he's talking about Wawa.
Oh, no.
But okay, your turn.
I'm gonna go back to Kenosha again Frank's Diner, and they were actually on a show. What's you remember that traveling eating guy? He's got like the white spiky.
Yeah, Guy Fieri.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Him.
Yeah.
He went there and did a show on it. And they got like this big thing. It's like a eating contest thing. You got to eat.
Oh, okay.
Thing. I tried it. I failed. And,
There's the answer to your question. Diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yes, thank you. There's no truck parking there though, so I recommend it if you're on vacation or something, or if you're in a truck. Just make sure you're on 52nd Street because there's the two other main streets have low bridges.
And you would know that why, Carl?
I seen the signs.
Oh, okay. So there's one other place that I know that you're aware of that I think you're trying to keep top secret just because you don't want anybody else to go there and buy their pies.
Yes. So this isn't here all the time, but it's at the 92 exit, Elkhart, off the I-90 East Side Toll Road, and but yes, they do have pies there once in a while, and they also got like the double-decker zebra cakes, the oatmeal cream pie things. So if you like desserts, that's a good place to go because I haven't found that stuff anywhere.
Well, to talk about pies, I would say that probably there's a truck stop in Worthington, Minnesota, exit 45. It's like this big blue barn, and they have some of the best pies.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would totally recommend that place. I can't think of the name of the truck stop off the top of my head, but it's pretty much the only blue truck stop in Worthington, Minnesota. You just go north of the interstate. It's on the left-hand side. But my other suggestion for pies is Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love a Perkins pie. And Simply Nanette, thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you being here. And I hope you have a good night and the rest of your weekend. But no, a Perkins pie, if I'm going to Perkins, I'm not getting anything else. And in fact, I'll just have them just send me an entire pie, and then I'll eat whatever I can out of it, and then I'll take the rest with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I love pies too. I mean, there's certain ones I refuse to eat, but the ones that I do like, if they have them, chances are I'm gonna buy them.
Out in Utah, Marie Callender's makes a good pie too. But no, you can't. I don't think they beat. I don't think that they beat Perkins.
Yeah. You know, another place that is starting to get popular is Portillo's.
Oh yeah, out of Chicago.
Yeah, I've seen those around different places too in my travels. I mean, it's good.
But they're just hot dogs, right?
Well, they got hamburgers.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, they've expanded their menu. And, in Chicago, they have a Maxwell's like hot dog stand before I-55. It's actually if you get off the Roosevelt exit.
Okay.
It's right over there, and they have some stuff that is reciprocal to the Portillo's.
Oh.
So I don't know if they're kind of partner up together or I'm not sure. So, but either way, those two places are pretty good.
Hang on to your hats, Carl, because I got some information on Portillo's.
Oh, okay.
Stormy Sky Road Production says there are some Portillos in Wisconsin. They also have Italian beef.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the topper: chocolate cake.
Yes, they do. They also have a chocolate cake shake.
Oh my gosh! Why are we not going there?
Um,
Why are we not there right now? I mean, I'm full, but now I want a chocolate milk shake.
yes. So the next time we meet up, I'll take you there.
Okay, that's a deal.
Yeah.
And I've got that. I've got video evidence.
Yeah. Uh, my wife liked it. She liked it a lot. So,
Oh, I bet she did. I
yeah.
bet she did. That's got to be absolutely amazing.
And it tastes like when you have cake and ice cream, you have the melted ice cream, you scoop it up.
Right.
Get that, yeah, that's basically what it tastes like.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Now I sound like that comedian that's all he would do is talk to the microphone. Oh my gosh. Don't even remember his name, but anyway. So, and then I think the last recommendation that I'm going to give is probably for truck stops is going to be Charlie's Philly cheesesteaks, and you can find them at certain Petro truck stops. And the closest one to you would be in Morris, Illinois, at the TA.
Oh wow.
So,
Okay.
but the one that I would usually go to is at the Petro up in Fargo, North Dakota. There's also one up in Appleton in the mall. Not that I keep track, and not that I'm a member of their club or anything. No. But they have this old school Philly cheesesteak. And I'm assuming it's old school because this is like what people used to do back in the day, where it's just the chopped beef, and then the onions and green peppers, and then they put cheese whiz over the top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and and then they put the bun on it that's toasted, and then you can get the old school fries that also has the beef with the cheese whiz and the onions. It's a heart attack in a meal,
Yeah, it sounds good.
but it's worth every bite. It really is. And you can get it for like, if you get the medium sandwich, which I never get the medium, I get the large because I want to have leftovers to put in my fridge. We're making Yads hungry. Sorry, Yads. So I mean, I get the large, and then the fries come in a large thing too. So you got a lot of fries, and you got a lot of sandwich, and you eat half the sandwich, and you eat half the fries, and then you put it in the refrigerator, and then you have the rest of it as leftovers. And so pretty much it's $20 for the initial investment, but you're making it into 2 meals, so it's really like $10 a meal. So I think that I'm doing rather well with my thrifty spending, Carl.
Yeah, exactly.
So why don't we switch gears here and start getting into disappointments?
Oh man. All right. Well, hopefully there's no lawsuits for slander.
Well, it's not slander if it's your personal experience.
That's true. That's true. So, um, I would say I will never go to Famous Dave's again.
Yeah, it's subpar barbecue.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the Cracker Barrel is another one.
I've got a story about Cracker Barrel. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, I do.
Should I share it?
Absolutely.
They were extremely rude to me. And I'll tell you the story. We went into Cracker Barrel, my ex and I, and this was back in the days when we were living in the truck. And so we went into Cracker Barrel, ate, and then they've got RV and truck parking in the back of the lot, right? And this was right around the time the e-log started to become a thing. So there wasn't this, personal conveyance thing, and people didn't know what to do if they ran out of hours. It was just kind of this gray area. Well, all the RVs that were in the back were allowed to park there. But they came out and told me that I had to move my truck, and I was out of hours. So, you Cracker Barrel. No, I don't. I do not do Cracker Barrel at all, ever again.
Yeah.
Ottercat, welcome in. Chocolate cake shake. Whoever came up with that won the Nobel Prize. And Dan says, for you, it's $10 a meal. Exactly. So, yes, that's my Cracker Barrel story.
Okay. You ever hear of a place called Cheddar's?
I've heard of it, and I've seen it. There's one that's pretty prominent every time I go through, like, the Cincinnati area.
Okay, there's another one, southeast Wisconsin, and I stopped at one I-80 just before. I think it was just before. It was in between Davenport and Des Moines.
Okay.
So, I just cannot go there anymore. I mean, their cake is good, but that's about it.
Well, there's a shining endorsement. If you want some cake, stop at Cheddar's.
Right.
If you want anything else, find someplace else.
So I experienced driving once and had to run some errands, and so took my half-hour lunch and decided to go to the mall.
Oh,
and
you did?
I did. I was like, well, I might as well get something to eat while I'm in here. And I will tell everybody, avoid that idea. Because nothing is good at the mall. Well, I won't go into detail, but I just, let's just say I had to stay longer at the mall before.
Did you hit the Sbarro?
Huh?
Did you hit the Sbarro?
No, okay, so it was either that, Burger King, a Japanese place, and a Chinese place. And it was a no brand name Chinese place.
Oh, that's
It's
always
not-
going to be good for you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So I went with that option, and it probably wasn't the best idea.
Well, I mean, if you see a Chinese place and there's no brand on it, it's probably going to be a really good idea to try it.
Yeah.
I mean, now that I say it to you like that, Carl, how good was your decision making on that day?
It wasn't good. Should have went to the pizza place.
Oh my gosh. There was I'm trying to think, because as you were talking, I kind of thought of a place that was a huge disappointment to me, but it kind of has slipped my mind. So you can go on to the next one, and I will try and think of the one that I was just thinking of.
I really don't have much except for pretty much any fast food. McDonald's, Taco Bell. And it might just be a personal opinion, but it just doesn't sit well with me.
No, in more ways than one, right?
Right. So, and it seems like what you're paying for, the quantity is smaller.
Yeah, and it's getting smaller by the day.
Right.
But I'm just trying to think of this place. I mean, I've eaten at so many different great places. I mean, Five Guys Burgers, great place. In-N-Out Burger, phenomenal burgers. Um, IHOP has got really good breakfast.
That's
And
the
oh, I know the story I was going to tell you. Outback Steakhouse. Back when I was probably in like my second year of driving, um, I had to deliver out on Long Island. And this customer that I had would let you park kind of in their parking lot. Hey, Exploring with Drew, welcome. Appreciate you being here, brother. And Big Tiny, thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. But I went to this Outback Steakhouse. They let me park in their parking lot to where the trailer was underneath like this gate they had for low clearances,
Mhm.
and they let me park right there. And it was my birthday. I didn't want to eat. Well, I didn't have a fridge in the truck. I didn't have anything in the truck. So everything that you ate was on the road. And there was no like fast food around. So I was like, steakhouse, Outback, perfect, right? Well, I go across the street to this Long Island Outback, and I figure I'm out on Long Island. This is going to be fancy. This is going to be delicious. It's probably going to be better than anything that I've ever had. Wrong. It was the worst steak I've had in my entire life. I went there, and it didn't even taste like beef. I was like, what am I eating here? Is this kangaroo meat? I mean, honest to God, I didn't know what the heck I was eating. And but I mean, the blooming onion was phenomenal. I love the blooming onion. There's nothing wrong with that. But the steaks are just not there.
Yeah.
And I think it's partly because my father has spoiled me since I was a child, eating at all these great steakhouses up here. But just going into something like that, I would have expected a lot better. Especially, I mean, back then it was like $30, and that was a lot of money for steak back then.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, Lee, welcome in. Appreciate you being here. And also my dad. So I've got my dad and my stepdad in the chat. So thank you both for being here. Now, let's see. We've got another 12 and a half minutes. So let's talk movies.
Ah.
What's some of our favorite movies to watch while we're not driving?
One of my favorites is still planes, trains, and automobiles.
You're driving the wrong way.
Anything John Candy, I don't think you can really go wrong with. I mean, Great Outdoors, Uncle Buck. I mean, Summer Rental.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, Uncle Buck is a classic.
Right.
You can't go wrong with that one because I mean that car he was driving. That was fantastic.
Yep.
But if you're on the road, you want a comedy,
Right.
because you've got all of this like stress from driving all day, and the only thing that you want to do is go in the back of the truck and just watch something that's going to make you laugh.
Right.
Because at some point when you stop laughing, I think you become like a sociopath. But um, one of my favorite movies just to sit down and watch. In fact, I've watched it. I haven't had time to watch movies with Ryan in the truck. I really haven't.
Mhm.
In fact, I can't watch YouTube. I can't watch movies. I don't have the time. But when I'm by myself, one of my favorite movies to watch is actually American Sniper.
Oh, okay.
That's just a great movie to just sit back and watch. And I mean, the acting in there is just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Just the story of what he did throughout the war was absolutely incredible. So that was one of my favorite movies just to sit back and watch and enjoy it.
Right. Right.
Maybe that does make me a sociopath. I don't know.
Yeah, another one that I can watch all the time, well, too, is well, there's a few, but like Dumb and Dumber,
Oh
Tommy.
yeah, Tommy Boy.
Yes. Dumb and Dumber. Did you see the second one?
Yes,
Okay, the first one's better. I think we can.
obviously. Yeah.
Um, Dazed and Confused. That was always a good movie too.
What one was that about again?
Um,
Kind of confused.
the the seniors would paddle the freshmen, and what's that guy's name? He says the all right, all right, all right.
Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was in there. I think that's
Okay.
forgot his start, but that was always a good movie.
I'm not sure if I saw that one. That may have to be one that I'm going to have to
Older.
watch.
I think it's an older movie.
Yeah, it's an older movie. I just don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah. And what's his name? Quentin Tarantino.
Tarantino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made Reservoir Dogs, and obviously he's made a lot of movies, but Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, those are
Right.
two good ones.
Now, Haley is in the chat, and she's a huge Chris Farley fan. I mean, you can talk to her, and she can talk about Chris Farley for like the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So any sort of movie that's Chris Farley movie, she would be into. And then one movie that I like to watch, especially around the holidays, is Elf.
With Will Ferrell.
Yep, I watch it every year.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just it's like a train wreck. You just come back and watch it over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, that was okay. What was the other one? Like the Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. The Green Mile.
Yep.
Fight Club, American History X.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about Fight Club. Did you not read the rules?
You got
Big Tiny says, okay, JJ, I'm going to spread the love while I can stay awake. Built a wooden tree stand, put doors on my barn and beams in my barn to hang some deer. You take care, and thanks for all you do. Thank you so much, Big Tiny. Appreciate you being here. And then my dad says, hey, Ralphie. So I'm assuming that he's talking about the Christmas Story.
Yes.
And that's coming up around the bend, 24 hours.
Yeah. I'm sure Christmas Vacation will be too.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation, Christmas with the Cranks.
Mm-hmm.
It's another one.
Home Alone.
Yep. What was it, 12 Christmases or something like that with Vince Vaughn and that blonde, what's her name? Can't think of it.
Yeah.
I think it was called 12 Christmases though. And I'll watch anything with Vince Vaughn, to be honest. Funny guy.
Have you ever watched Maid?
I don't think so.
That's got Vince Vaughn in there.
Oh, really?
Good
movie?
It's debatable. I liked it. I don't know. You got to really understand it. It's kind of confusing, but Columbo is in there also.
Oh, really?
Yeah. In the beginning, that's that. I was actually just watching a little bit of it a little bit ago. But check it out. It's just called Maid.
Okay. Now, did you ever have like a Police Academy marathon or anything like that, where you just sit there and watch all of them back to back?
Right. Yeah, that one. Airplane, Beverly Hills Cop. Well, yeah, there's a lot of the older stuff. And anything too, also with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Um,
Survivor was a good movie.
yeah, A League of Their Own.
Yeah, A League of Their Own. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
still crying every time you watch that movie, and one of these days you won't. I'm telling you. And this man balls like a, like he just got his foot stepped on or something. Sorry, I know that I wouldn't. I said I wouldn't tell anybody, but it's
it's a,
content.
yeah, it is.
What did you think of The Terminal with Tom Hanks?
I don't know if I've seen that one.
No, that's where he's an immigrant and he flies into the U.S. and when he goes to get in past immigration, his country ends up going into a civil war. So basically, he's without a country now, and his passport is denied. So he can't go home. He can't go into the U.S. So he's stuck inside the airport terminal.
Okay,
And then,
I remember that. I haven't
okay.
seen the whole thing.
Oh, you didn't?
Yeah, I probably fell asleep or something. Not that it's boring. I was just tired.
Right.
I just wrote it down now to remind me to finish watching it.
Yeah, that's a good movie. It
Yeah.
really is a good movie. Just the storyline and how it. I'm not going to give away the ending because you'll be crying like a little schoolgirl again. But there's just so many good movies out there, and basically, if you need Carl's Netflix password and email, just just give me a call, and I'm just sharing it out to everybody now.
Okay, that's fine.
And honestly, I don't have any of that information. He's smarter than that. He has a friend that hosts a worldwide YouTube channel. You don't give that kind of information to somebody like that.
Right.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to think. Turner and Hooch was a good one too.
Yeah, Turner and Hooch was another good one.
Did you ever see Captain Phillips?
Yes, that was a good movie. And then
With
Sully.
Yeah,
Sully.
that was.
Yeah.
The first time I saw that movie, we were actually on a cruise.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I mean, no joke. And then, so they regurgitated all these, movies. There's only 3 movies, and I can't remember what one of them was, but there was one with Robert Redford, and he's on a boat, but he doesn't say nothing except for the very end. He says like 2 words maybe.
Oh, jeez.
So he's stranded on this boat, and then the other one was Captain Phillips with the boat getting hijacked. I'm like, who plays this stuff while you're on a cruise? So it was funny.
Well, Carl, I appreciate you coming on the show. Can you believe it's been an hour already?
Yeah, that went pretty quick.
I mean, how in the world does this time fly this fast? I don't get it. I really don't.
Right.
Before we go, though, I just want to do a reminder for those of you that weren't here earlier, is that come the end of the month, I'm going to be doing I'm going to be helping Breakbush Transportation in going out with Ryan, and we're going to be picking up wreaths. We're going to be going up to Maine, and we're going to be picking up wreaths for Wreaths Across America. They're a great organization, and they provide wreaths to put on headstones from our fallen men and women from the military all across the country, and also at sea and abroad. We go up to Maine and we pick them up, and we're going to either be going down to Tennessee or North Carolina. I'm not sure yet which spot. But Ryan's going to be doing the driving. I'm going to be doing the filming. Hopefully I can get some drone footage along with some road footage. And they're actually going to probably take us through the facility and show us how they put everything together. So I'm very much looking forward to doing this. It's an organization that is near and dear to my heart. I've wanted to do this now for a number of years. And if you would like to sponsor Wreath, you can go to their website, wreathsacrossamerica.org. That's wreathsacrossamerica.org, all one word. And you can donate $15 for one wreath, and you can go 10 wreaths for $150. And if you want to do a custom number of wreaths, you can do that as well. Again, not sponsored, but just a great organization. And I'd just like to spotlight them because they're going to have to put up with me when I come out there to pick up wreaths. And as Carl knows, anywhere that I go, it's like bull in a china shop. So good luck with that. TJ Giggles and Drone says, that's really cool. My mom works at a cemetery and they put up wreaths on all the headstones. So, yes. And thank your mom, TJ, for doing that. That's a really, really, really awesome job. And people like her should be commended for what they do. Carl, you should be commended for what you do by putting up with me, not only on the phone, but on the program. It's always great having you here, and I appreciate you being here, sir.
Yeah, thanks for the invitation.
Always. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
And I hope that you all enjoyed the program today. Thank you all so much for coming in. I appreciate you for coming along for this ride with me, and we'll see you later on down the road. Bye, guys.